What's up, everyone? It's Gabby Trades. Welcome back to the channel. Let's start with what's happening globally today, and it's kind of quiet, but why? Because a ton of major markets are closed today. But before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a breakdown. Also, we've got a free Discord you can join right now. Link is in the description box. And by the way, I'm also hosting an AMA session with the community right after this live stream, so stick around. All right, you guys, it's May 5th, and countries like UK, Japan, China, Hong Kong, South Korea, Thailand, they all have holidays today, and that means their stock markets are shut down. And when that happens, global markets trading volume goes down, right? So if you notice the markets are moving maybe a little slower or doing weird stuff, it's probably because a bunch of the big players are actually offline today. Now let's talk about the big one, the FOMC meeting. The Fed is meeting this Tuesday and Wednesday, and they'll actually announce their decision interest rates on May 7th. So most traders are expecting that the Fed is going to keep the exact same rates as they were, between 4.25 and 4.5. So no big surprises expected. But here's what matters. People are listening closely to what the Fed says about the future, and they're planning, are they planning to cut rates soon, or are they still worried about inflation? Now, this is going to really give us an idea if the market can rally, or if Bitcoin is potentially going to push a little higher, or what's going to happen with the dollar as a whole. Is it going to take a hit? Now, with that in mind, the actual question is, what is Bitcoin going to do? Are the bulls going to keep control, or is the Fed actually his tone is going to completely kill the momentum? Like, this is what we need to understand. If he sounds chill, we might see a nice move up in the risk assets. Of course, that includes Bitcoin. And if he sounds a little bit spooked or hawkish, markets could actually get shaky. So yeah, this week's Fed's meeting, that's the big deal, especially if you trade crypto. And that's pretty much a rundown on the markets for today. We have ISM, I think, news just came in. We're going to check out on that. And make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out in the description box for the Discord link so you can attend the Q&A later. Let's see who's in the chat. Patricia, Samir, Fountain of Youth, Dodi, Captain JJ, Diamond Eyes. Hello, everyone. All right, I know Kuhn is not going to make it today. He was very kind to let us know, as usual. All right, first of all, we're going to review what's happening right now. Actually, let's have a look at the results. To be honest, I was kind of looking at the results earlier. 5 minutes earlier, something came up, but I think it was wrong. Okay, so they're higher. All right, so let's see what the market is doing. Now it seems to be trading to the upside. Okay, so all right, we're gonna review that. That's not very important today anyway. So first of all, we had the sell. When did we take the sell? Over the weekend. You know that I don't like to trade weekends, but this was a major area. Rafera is here, Brian is here. Hello. If anyone is new, you guys are welcome. Oh, Paul Premier is here. How cool. Can you please mute your DC? I always think it's mine. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean by that? Sugar Cookie is not here today. She's usually my assistant. So if anything is wrong, blame it on Sugar Cookie that she's not here. All right, so quick rundown on the trade that we took over the weekend. Well, of course, everyone knew we had a major level here, and we were looking for confirmations to go short. If you're following my lives, you wouldn't have missed that. And if you're on Discord, there is no way you can miss that, because that's where I post all the trades that I take. Everything is traded live with you guys. So Mark is here. Hello. Yes. Sorry, I'm just trying to focus a little bit and just trying to see if everything is okay, but it seems fine. So yeah, all the trades are taken live with the Discord community. I posted over there. So you guys, if you're not part of it, you know what to do. Just click in the description box. It's for free. Everyone can join. So run down to the trade. There was actually a confirmation earlier. We could have entered a bit higher. It was a very, very good confirmation. We had a nice break, right? We had a nice break after the high up here. So if I was awake, I would have gone short even a bit higher, but that is absolutely fine. The entry is still pretty solid. Now, the thing about this entry is that from here, there is a high possibility. We know how the markets are right now. We've spoken about it, right? It's very touchy situation, and the traditional markets and Bitcoin, they're all in an area that we could just start selling off pretty much hard, right? Whether we're going to form a new higher low, we don't know that. But that's what we're expecting right now. So there is many reasons for that, right? We can go over it, but I don't want to go over it again because I know most of you guys have been with me for quite a while and you know what I was expecting. So just let's focus on this trade a little bit and what am I expecting right now, because I know that a lot of my community members are also in that trade with me. So the thing is, you know, we had the fractal low here. We have this we have the previous weekly low. That's also liquidity on a 4-hour time frame, which is a high time frame for me to wait for this low to be taken. So this was the initial actually, yes, this was the initial target down here. No, here, sorry guys, this was the fractal low down here, right? And then this fractal low on the left side was liquidity. All right, so the problem with the fractal candles is once you have a target and then the target starts you know, going higher, if you're in a short position, that means that it pretty much means that the market is insecure of whether this is actually going to be a full down movement. And we saw that we're printing more fractal lows. So now the target on the 4-hour strategy, these are the indicators that are available for everyone to buy. Again, $20, very simple, my personal indicators that I use every day. So yeah, when we have the target coming a little bit higher, that to me is showing that the market is still a little bit strong. Now, does that mean that we're gonna get another high, right, and hit stop loss? I don't think so. I pretty much think that what's gonna happen, because looking on the weekly, right, looking on the weekly, the type of candle that we formed, and I've told you guys so many times, this sort of candle usually calls for a wick fill. Right, so I'm talking about the previous week's candle, the way it closed with very high wick. So it's pretty much a standard that those kind of wicks get filled, right? So usually what I do when I get a wick like that, I'll mark the whole wick. I'll pretty much treat it like a fair value gap, right, or a price imbalance. That's how I treat the wicks. So then I'll be looking for price to tap back into that zone and then sell off from there. So a lot of my members are asking me, are you going to put your stop loss to break even? In this case, I really don't want to do that, even though I'm almost certain that price is going to go up. You know, I don't want to take profits and I don't want to put my stop loss to break even, because in fact, what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to add in this position. Now, there are several ways I can do that. First of all, I can look for the 0.5 of the wick, right, that we just calculated is down here at around 96,200. Or then I can look at the candles and think which one is the most probable, or what we can call like an order block on a lower time frame. Well, that would be this candle right here. All right, well, in this case I wouldn't draw it in green, but that's just for illustration purposes. So that's where I would essentially look to ideally to re-enter, right? So that's below actually my entry point, so I don't really care. I'm pretty much going to leave my my entry as it is, and then if price goes up to fill in even further the wick, then I'm going to even add to my position further. I might even add to my position up here depending on how I feel. To be honest, I'm not as exposed as I would like to be in this particular trade, so I'm definitely looking to add a bit more. Another thing that you can use as a confluence is of course my indicators, this liquidity formation here that we know if it's going to be target, there is a high chance that price is going to tap into this resistance zone that is illustrated for you guys using the indicators. up here. So we're looking at, what are we looking at? 95,732. So it's very highly likely that this area is going to be retested again, and then price would continue to sell off, right? So that's what I'm expecting. And yes, I most probably will add a little bit more to this short, because to be fair with you, you know, what I like to do is I like to look at the traditional markets. And when you look at the traditional markets, first of all, you look at the traditional markets on a 12-hour time frame, which is a very high time frame when you spot liquidity, right? Let's get rid of my sweep signals and use the liquidity signals, right? Another indicator, which is part of in total 3 indicators that you can guys get in the description box. Is so simple. They're 20 bucks. I use them every single day. So yeah, basically on the 12-hour time frame, we can see that this low on Nasdaq is liquidity. Now, this is a major red flag for me. What is another major red flag, right? If you go on a daily, right? If you go on a daily and you start doing a count on these candles, let's count it together on the bullish move here. This is what we're counting, this bullish move here. We have 1 daily candle, a bullish close, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bullish candles on Nasdaq. Pretty sure the same thing goes for S&P 500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, this is a 9 bullish candle. This almost never happens for S&P 500. You guys, I come from background of trading these assets. I can tell you this does not happen, right? This is going to be actually considered as not generational, but like once in, I don't know, in 20 years or something like that. So that's actually a huge deal. And I can assure you that a lot of the traders looked at this, right, that have been in the markets for many years, and they're like, all right, there's no way in hell that the next candle is going to be, that we're going to get a 10th count of this candle. Right? Okay, let's see. Like the video, guys. Refero, yes, please. Hello, everyone. Let me know in the chat, how are you guys doing? Who managed to get in the shorts from my community and who is still long? I want to know what is your guys' sentiment right now, because for me personally, I'm still pretty much bearish. Yes, there is a lot of opportunity that price could actually start crawling to the upside, but let's review what's happening right now. Let's look at the Nasdaq, because I like to look at the Nasdaq. All right, so looking at the traditional markets, to be fair, all right, we hit our 20K level. We spoke about it. This was a major level for us. Now from here, I want to see what price does, because essentially on a daily time frame, we have double liquidity formation with the all-time high for Nasdaq. This is not bad at all. Now, we saw the red flag on the 12-hour that this low is liquidity down here. So the signals are so mixed right now. I can't begin to tell you. It's really, really scary. So if we're going to drop to this level, there's 2 ways this can happen, right? One is we either start dropping right now from the 20,000 level and we come for this low, right? Or the other scenario is that we bleed a little bit more to the upside, right? Come to our resistance level, which is at 20,892, and reject from here again to chase that low, from where after we take that liquidity down here, then we can start looking for more upside. Okay, now if the Fed is sounding really good, Rafael, doing not so bad, would be good to have more time to spend on trading. Yes, trading requires time, you guys. Like it or not, trading requires time. Paul Premier, yeah, is not trading. I'm assuming Paul Premier, are you looking for like to catch the shorts? Because a lot of the traders are like sitting on the sidelines right now because of that, which I completely understand, to be honest. So the other option is we completely break through that level, and on a retest, we start chasing the all-time high for Nasdaq, right? In that situation, if this really happens, then that means that Bitcoin and the alts will probably explode, right? This is going to be the catalyst. But right now, we're in a very, very touchy situation. So I'm personally taking both sides as we go. I'm not interested in taking longs right now until I'm proven that this move is actually not real. And that is going to happen only and when we start closing above the 100K. Why? Because I've told you, this whole zone for me here, it's actually starting at 99,482. This whole zone down to the 95K, this whole block here is actually a sell zone for me. This is a bit more refined, right? We've tried to refine it a bit more using fair value gaps and stuff like that. But also, if you're using my indicators, you can find something very interesting. Let's have a look. Fair value gaps and order blocks. What are we trading in right now? Where is price in? I know the chart is busy, but where is price rejecting from? Price is rejecting from a higher time frame fair value gap, right? A higher time frame bearish imbalance on the 12-hour time frame. Now, one thing I can tell you about this is if we get a body close above this high, right, previous week high that we created, if we get a body close anywhere above this fair value gap on a 12-hour time frame, now I'm looking for this high to be taken. So that would mean 99,518.4. That is only where I'll be looking for and say, okay, probably now the probability is on our side that we're going to see 99,518 taken. This is the only time I'll be like, okay, the stop loss is valid. We're going for this high. That's fine. Until then, until we continue to trade within this 12-hour fair value gap over here, I'm bearish, right? I'm bearish. And again, on the 4-hour time frame, adding the liquidity to all of that is the same high, right? Up here. Is it? Yes, exactly. It's the exact same high. So that will pretty much tell you that price could pretty much wick through this whole area and it needs to quickly come back within this fair value gap. And if it doesn't do that, then I'll most probably change my bias and be like, okay, we're starting to buy right now. Apologies for the busy chart, but it is what it is. This is how you need to learn to read charts. It's busy. You have to have a lot of, you have to see everything. But again, most importantly for you guys is to find out where are your order blocks, where are your breaker blocks, where are your fair value gaps, what's the liquidity, what's the current market structure. All right. So only and when we start trading above this 12-hour fair value gap and we have body close above it, then I will be maybe reconsidering things a bit, differently, because then we need to take this high, right? And even when that happens, it's a high possibility that price will just wick and quickly come back within its sell zone. All right. So the fact that NASDAQ is actually selling off, could potentially sell off, right, doesn't mean that even if we take this low, Bitcoin is not going to go, okay, I'm going to create a new lower high. This is absolutely possible, right? We've seen it. Of course, when you watch a decoupling, you need a lot of data to say, okay, it's official, they've decoupled. But it happens on a lower time frame as well. And it's happened back. I showed you guys when it happened before, when Bitcoin dropped to 49K. We had the exact same scenario where there was decoupling and then eventually Bitcoin caught up. So we need to wait and see. It's really pretty much a waiting game right now. I don't think any trader right now is pretty much secure and it's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. But for me, I've been personally waiting for this for so long. So here it is, you guys. I'm up on the day and I don't care. Even if I lose this 68% gain that I had, I don't care, because I'm ready to jump in again and to even add on my short, because this is how convinced I am in my bias, right? All right, who is in the chat? We have 32 people. Nobody's saying anything, you guys. Come on. Don't forget, we have AMA session after this where I'm going to chat with you guys privately. We had one before. for the VIP community in my Discord. This time is going to be available literally for everyone on my Discord, and we have over, I don't know, 600 members. I don't know how much, 607 members or something last I checked. So I hope that I'm gonna see a lot of you guys there. And yeah, we're talking to each other, we're introducing each other, we're sharing our trading, issues and everything. But yeah, month of May is going to be very exciting for me. I'm also attending a forex trading competition in about 10 days, actually 11 days, on the 16th of May, Friday. So this is going to be quite exciting. Let's hope I win, because if I win, I'm gonna get a very, very cool title. But yeah, May is gonna be pretty crazy. And to be honest with you guys, I really want for price to just drop from here. And if that happens, honestly, I'm gonna be the happiest ever. But like, the thing is, even if we drop, we have this massive imbalance here on a weekly time frame to fill. So where are you going to look for like potential higher low? Well, I think the most probable area for that will be somewhere in between this area, or if you want to look at the point of control that we marked you guys from the previous range. This candle here essentially represents a range, the middle candle. I'm going to be looking for re-entry in this area. So that's going to be somewhere in between 82.5 and 86. It's a big area, but of course, when price reaches there, it's kind of easy to refine. So yeah, month of May is very busy. I'm planning to start the mentorship for you guys, but I need to plan it a bit more. I need more time. It's been super busy. Token 2049 was just crazy. I was crazy tired, I'm not gonna lie. It took me the whole weekend to recover from it. What else we can look at? Let's quickly look at ETH. Okay, so for ETH, the thing is, of course, on a 12-hour time frame, nicely liquidity to the upside, sitting up there super nicely. So I know that's gonna look very, very nice. For ETH, what I want to see though, I've been eyeing this two relative equal highs here. So there's a high chance that we could get a price extend to take this equal highs and then sell off from here, because for Ethereum we're also trading in a very, very big sell zone, right? In a very big sell zone. So basically for ETH, I've been waiting all this time to break specifically this level, for price to break specifically this level, which is 1814.88. Like, it doesn't come more specific than this. And now I'm seeing price is completely slowing down and raging from here, which could signal two things. It's either going to be a sign of strength or a sign of weakness. Obviously, depending on where you are currently right now, we're obviously trading higher, we're creating higher lows, so this could signal strength, right? But the possibility is that we're just going to range until here, and what we want to see is like a clear sign, a clear exit. So for example, here, if price clears this highs, I'm going to be looking to short. And then my short is not going to be sort of like a distribution short until, of course, further confirmation, because ETH BTC is also at an extremely important point, right? We have this level marked for months, right? ETH BTC. So same thing. For me, this is a level of strength. So I want to see it essentially exit to the upside, where our alt bags are finally going to moon. So that's what I want to see for ETH. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I'm not looking for sells. Like I said, this is going to be the perfect setup for me. Clear of this highs within the sell zone, and then a drop, right? Where I'm going to be looking to take profits at the low of the range and potentially positioning myself for further longs from here to target this liquidity up here. So that's pretty much it for today, you guys. I don't know what else we can talk about. I'm already in a trade, so I'm not really interested in doing anything else. I'm not longing, I'm not shorting. The market is right now, the market is at a position where you need to have your bias cleared, take your chances, take a trade, close profits if you can, if you want to, and then that's it. Because for all we know, right, for all we know, the bull market might be over, right? Or for all we know, we can start bleeding from here super heavily, create a higher low, or maybe create a lower low and then reverse. Of course, looking at the traditional markets, it's not looking that great as of now. I mean, no trade is the best trade is where is what the biggest traders say, right? So yeah, I'm fortunate to know a lot of them, and that's what they say. No trade is the best trade. No trade is the best trade. Yeah. I'm looking to start trading a bit more forex actually, especially in the coming days, because I need to dust off myself for this competition, which is going to be quite intense. So yeah, Euro USD is looking quite bullish, which of course means that the dollar is dropping down. Actually, let's look at gold real quick. Okay, yeah, well, this is the buy zone that we marked last week for gold. Obviously, we were expecting buys from down here with the opening of this week, and this is exactly what's happening. See, this would have been a good trade. Actually, on the competition, I could also trade metals if I wanted to, or equity, but not crypto. So we'll see how gold behaves. It's going to be actually pretty cool if I can trade gold. That's going to be just easy, I think. But yeah, looking on a higher time frame, on a daily, gold needs to start dropping, right? We have double liquidity formation. So yeah, but a lot of the huge hedgers are actually expecting for gold to completely go crazy this year. Everyone is calling for a recession. To be fair with you guys, all the traders out there, nobody is looking for a great summer in the markets. So I don't know what that's going to mean for Bitcoin. Potentially it's going to mean that we're not going to have such an extended bull run that everyone was hoping for, right? The extended bull run, it might not happen. So, okay, just to summarize quickly, you guys, I'm in this short for Bitcoin. This is what we took with my trading community on Saturday. Yeah, Dodi agrees with me. Yeah. So this is the short I'm in. That's what I'm interested in trading right now. If price reverses, that would be, in my opinion, for the sole reason to fill some of that imbalance, meaning that wick. So yeah, I think possible re-entry is going to be around my actual entry point. So this is going to be around 96,183, or even a bit higher, 96,200, with the order block on the 4-hour time frame, which is bearish. So that would be one potential scenario. And don't forget, Monday is usually a no trade day, right? Like if you try to catch a trade on Monday, it most of the times just doesn't work. So let's see how today closes. Where's the high? Where's the low of today when we start on Tuesday? And then we're going to reevaluate. To be honest, you guys, I also think that even though the Fed is not planning to change rates, what could happen is that he's not going to sound like so bearish, right? He's going to like say, okay, like the future is good, the employment market is looking great, and it's not going to drop the market super hard, right? Because a lot of the people are expecting that, the Fed is going to come in and say, okay, we're not changing rates, and the market will sell off. I think that we might need way more bigger news than that for the market to sell off. To sell off hard, right? So yeah, touch and go situation right now, but me, I'm confident in my bias, and I'm planning to add to my short if price reverses. And that is it, you guys. Like the video if you haven't liked it, and hey, I am going live right after this for Q&A with all of you guys, so hop in and let's chat. Catch you over there. Peace and out. Stay sharp, traders. Stay really, really sharp. I'll see you guys in the next one.